because I know that's the big concern out there. You know, this started as a fun system this morning. Everybody was playing in the snow. Now we're looking at power lines. We're looking at those trees because of all that ice and road conditions.
And those are the first things to freeze. The street signs made out of metal, they freeze first. Then you start seeing it on the traffic signals, and then you start seeing it on the tree branches, especially those higher branches, and eventually on the road. So it's all going in order, chronological order here. And unfortunately, I do expect those ice amounts to continue to increase. We're still seeing precipitation. If you're outside, that is falling from the sky, and it's rain, and you're looking at it, mostly rain, maybe a few flurries in the mix, but it is rain. The problem is that rain is hitting the surface, and at the surface, we are freezing across most of North Georgia. So even though it's falling as rain, it is freezing, and it's turning into ice. And that means the roads are very slick and dangerous. And because we have additional precipitation on the way, we're not done yet. We have rain in the forecast and freezing rain and a wintry mix through about 11 p.m. We are going to see those ice totals increase, and that means the roads will get increasingly dangerous. As you know, those temperatures are also going to come down a couple of degrees as the sun sets, so that will make that freeze potential even higher. Right now, it is freezing in Atlanta, freezing in Athens and Griffin. Most of the rest of North Georgia, with the exception of LaGrange and Thomaston, is below freezing. So that is the problem. Surface temperatures at or below freezing. So although this is falling as rain, it's turning into freezing rain and ice. We are going to see some breaks over the next several hours, but really it's not until about 11 p.m. that this is over and done with. Tomorrow, no precipitation, but it is a first alert weather day. And if you're wondering why, it's because it's very cold, it will be windy, and I do expect additional power outages. Not only that, we have a lot of snow today, a lot of slush, and all of that is going to freeze overnight. So even though we don't have any active precipitation on the radar tomorrow, you do need to stay home. It is a first alert weather day. Here's a look at potential ice from the system. Wherever you see pink, that is the potential of 1/4 of an inch of ice. And as you can see, it's scattered across metro Atlanta. 1/4 of an inch of ice is dangerous. I am expecting those tree branches to get heavy and start to sag and eventually break. As that happens, we will see some power outages. Those areas in the North Metro that have the higher ice accumulations, we're going to see even more significant power outages, possibly widespread power outages. If we see some isolated areas, see about 1/2 inch of ice, that will make travel downright impossible. So that is why it is best to stay off the roads. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Again, notice that chance of freezing rain until about 11 p.m. Then we will be dry overnight, but those temperatures are really going to struggle, staying in the low 30s the rest of the evening. Low temperatures tonight in the 20s. And again, that is the problem. A lot of this is going to refreeze tonight. Highs tomorrow only in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, a first alert weather day. We will see bright sunny skies. That will help melt some of this ice. But because we're only getting up to 36, most of the morning will be below freezing. So we are going to see some melting, but not enough. Not enough for 3-4 inches of snow, which is what some of us saw today. So that means tomorrow night we will see additional refreezing on the roads, and Sunday morning will be a little dicey as well. To add insult to injury, wind gusts tomorrow up to 30 miles an hour. That is going to cause additional power outages. Those limbs still super heavy tomorrow, so I do expect some additional power outages as we only get up to 36 degrees. Sunday, we're back to the 40s, and I think by Sunday afternoon, the rest of this ice and snow will melt, and then next week, 40s actually sounds tropical compared to what we'll see this weekend.
It really does. Thanks, Jennifer.